back in Week 6. The Eagles won a shootout in their first matchup against the Giants. Can New York even the score? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. So a nice run right there, and worth mentioning their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence, but this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that, because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. He's to the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Cam Akers with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. It's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with the touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Azeez Ojulari. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's able to get up here to the 26. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On first down, Hardy, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now, Akers, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll run on 1st down. Akers, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. On the give, this is Akers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Cam Akers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants add on to their lead. Gano for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete. These two teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. They'll look to throw again. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Fighting a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll run for it with Akers. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. So why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding offense. Don't do us like that.
Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the handoff, it's Akers pushing through the contact. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Akers. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the... And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Azeez Ojulari in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Back to throw here. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Back to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here's Jackson. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out come the Giants. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles as we just saw on that pickup.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the 1st down carry. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run this with Akers. Shedding the tackle. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 167 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Here's Akers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Akers. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. On play action, they'll throw. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. He'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man has got it, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 3. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Got his man, that's Harry. How did he stay on his feet? And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks, and the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Zaven Collins in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They'll drop the throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Giants will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a play fake here on first down. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Gano now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look, and he can't escape, and down he goes. Zaven Collins in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll look to throw here. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. New York ready to go again offensively. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They're going to hurry back to the line now. That one looks like he'll throw here. Open man right side is Tony. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. They'll run here with Akers. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
That's complete to Tony. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.